Starting off, guys, we have a warning message, and this is going to the United States. And apparently the war, it appears that it is imminent at this time. The U.S. has just issued a travel warning, and you need to be aware of it. Check this out right here, where the U.S. issues a travel warning for Israel with Iran attack believed to be imminent as the fear in the Gaza war continues to spread. This war is not over yet. Israel is continuously pounding the Gaza area, in which they just killed one of the top 3 leaders, their children. So definitely things are escalating. Things are not getting better. And right now it looks like Iran wants to step in, and they are telling the United States, hey, look, you need to stay in your place, stay in the United States. Don't continue to try to monitor and control things over here in this particular war. If not, Iran is going to attack the United States. As you can see right here, that Iran warns the U.S. to stay out of it, stay out of the fight with Israel, or you could face an attack on your troops. Yes, Iran sent this direct message to the United States, and obviously the Biden administration did respond to it, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But look at this right here, where it says that Iran sent this message to the Biden administration through several Arab countries earlier this week. If the U.S. gets involved in fighting between Israel and Iran, U.S. forces in the region will be attacked. Yes, this information came directly from 3 U.S. officials. The Iranian supreme leader has threatened punishment for Israel, but through private channels, Iran has signaled it would be limited. Israel and the U.S. think that an Iranian attack would include the launch of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and attack drones from Iran to Israel territory. And U.S. officials say that the Biden administration asked Israel to notify the U.S. and for the U.S. to have a say before those decisions are made about any type of retaliation by Israel. Well, apparently that did not happen, and things have escalated, and now it looks like a war is imminent. Yes, we did get a direct message from the Biden administration in which he said that Iran, in regards to the retaliatory strike on Israel, don't do it. Yes, Biden responded with one simple word saying don't. Yes, guys, at this particular time, he said he expects an Iranian attack sooner rather than later. So does this mean that Iran can potentially attack the United States within the next coming days? Well, that is exactly what that means. However, I don't necessarily think that Iran wants to go that particular direction. I believe that they want to stand down when it comes to the United States, because they already know the powerhouse in the United States, as well as others in NATO, they could potentially respond as well. But anyways, yes, Joe Biden, the president, told reporters on Friday afternoon that he expects an Iranian strike on Israel to occur sooner rather than later, amidst the urgent concerns that Iran was about to retaliate for the bombing of its consultant in Damascus, Syria earlier this month. Now, he asked for his message to Iran in a tense moment. Biden was very blunt, saying, don't do it. Would the United States respond if they actually do it? Well, you already know that particular answer. The United States does not back down from anyone or any threats that are made directly to the United States. Like I told you guys, the United States is a powerhouse. And now I'm not just saying that because I live in the United States, but I am just talking about pure power, pure military, a lot of money that we can print from our money printers. But anyways, that is what's going on right now. And like I said, Biden says Iran could soon attack Israel, and they are warning them, don't do it. We are telling you guys, don't do it. So the biggest question is whether or not Iran plans to do this within the next 72 hours or so. It looks like they are actually thinking about it, and they are actually preparing for it. But we still don't have any word saying that it's actually going to happen this weekend or anything like that. So anyways, guys, I at least wanted to make you guys aware of this. And now the United States is sending out warning messages in regards to travel, saying that you might might not necessarily want to travel in the direction of Israel, because you never know, within the next weekend or so, Iran could potentially make this particular strike. So anyways, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think that this could lead to a potential war between the United States and Iran? Obviously, we have had multiple times of tensions between the two, and things are just continuously escalating, as you might think that they actually would. But yes, also President Biden also told the Israel president that you need to figure out how we can cease this war right now and how we can bring it down to an end. However, things are not going that direction as well. So, and that was more of a recommendation to Israel. They didn't necessarily say that if you don't stop the war, we are not going to supply you with more money and more military equipment. It was more of a recommendation, but it looks like things are continuing on as planned in regards to the attack in Gaza. And yes, people are still losing their lives. People are still losing their homes. People are still scared. And this has come down to a very deadly war, which we didn't necessarily think that it would come this far, but because of the issues, and they believe that Hamas is still holding hostages. I believe that the U.S. as well as Israel believe that Hamas is holding about 50 more hostages. However, Hamas did respond earlier this week and state that they do not have 50 more hostages. They didn't necessarily say how many they actually have, but they did say that they don't have 50 more hostages. So that is why the particular attacks in Gaza continues to go on until Hamas says that they will release all those hostages. And it doesn't look like they want to do that. They have called for a ceasefire on both sides, and no one is willing to meet in the middle, which is why this particular war in Gaza continues and continues and continues. So anyways, what do you think about this? Do you think that the United States is going to have to go to war with Iran very soon, within the next this weekend, or even by next week? Let me know what you think about that down below in the comment section, guys. I am curious to see how you feel about this. I know that the United States is going through a lot right now in multiple states, multiple countries, and then we are also coming up on an election year as well, which might not necessarily sound foreign, because that typically happens during the election season every single 4 years or so. But anyways, let me know what you think down below, as well as don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out a lot. And last but not least, guys, I do want to change gears and tell you about the latest news that came out this week in regards to the Biden administration has announced that they are wanting to cancel more student loan debt. This particular time, the Biden administration is canceling another $7.4 billion in student loans. Just when we thought that previously the Supreme Court ruled against the measure of the Biden administration waiving student loan debt, they are now up to it again. This Friday, guys, the White House announced another round of student loan cancellations for nearly 277,000 student loan borrowers. The Biden administration has now doled out about $153 billion in student loan debt relief for about 4.3 million people through various types of actions. And like I said, this was after the Supreme Court blocked the president's signature on student loan cancellation plan last year. The administration found other workarounds to provide more student loan debt relief. So anyways, yes, Biden announced another plan earlier this week to provide student debt cancellation for more than 30 million people. Again, this latest action, this latest piece of legislation is and will cancel $7.4 billion in debt for 277,000 people across the country. Also, guys, I would love to get your thoughts on this. I actually know a few people in my circle that have actually had thousands of dollars waived in student loan debt. In fact, one individual had around $240,000 completely waived, wiped away from their credit. You can only imagine what their credit score did after that debt was wiped from their credit report. Guys, it is insane. A lot of people this is happening to. As you can see that the Biden administration, as well as President Biden, continues to try and help those individuals that are struggling with their student loan debt and their repayments, and just figuring out a way to wipe away all of that debt completely free, no questions asked. I don't necessarily agree with, but I do want to get your thoughts on this. Please take the time, comment down below. Let me know what you think about these billions of dollars of student loan debt being completely wiped away for individuals. Come on now, these individuals signed up to get these student loans and now they no longer have to be responsible for this. I mean, is that what we want to look towards in the future? If that's the case, they should start making all universities and colleges completely free if the government is just going to wipe away all student loan debt. But anyways, I would love to get your thoughts on this. Take the time to comment down below. And outside of all of that, I hope to see you guys on the next video.